Hey, so I want you to take a look at this video. Seems pretty real, doesn't it? But what would you do if I told you that this video, much like the universe, is 110% completely simulated? So, allow me to introduce to you the conspiracy theory known as the simulation argument. Let's go over the overview of this crazy theory. This theory, popularized by philosophers like Nick Bostrom, suggests that we might actually be living in a computer simulation created by a technologically advanced civilization. It proposes that as the computing power progresses, future civilizations might run vast simulations of past or alternate realities, and we could be unknowingly part of such a simulation. Yeah, I know, it's pretty crazy. That being said, there's a surprising amount of evidence that supports this. The modern formulation of the simulation argument is generally credited to philosopher Nick Bostrom, who first presented it in a widely circulated paper in 2003. However, the concept of questioning the nature of reality and exploring the possibility of simulated worlds has a much longer history. Plato's allegory of the cave in his work Republic can be seen as an early exploration of the possibility of making a mistaken illusion for reality. Some evidence for the simulation argument include the Drake equation, suggesting that a high probability of life existing elsewhere. If intelligent life is common, some argue, the possibility of advanced civilizations capable of creating simulations becomes more significant. There's also other stuff, including technological advancements within our own civilization, as well as the argument from simplicity and the nature of reality, which we'll get to later. Now, let's disprove everything I just said. First of all, there's a lack of explanatory power. The simulation argument doesn't offer a deeper explanation for the universe's existence or fundamental laws. Now, on top of that, there's unnecessary complexity. Introducing the concept of a simulated reality adds an additional layer of complexity without a clear justification. It's often argued that simpler explanations, like the universe existing just as we observe it, should be favored until compelling evidence suggests otherwise. On top of that, there is the nature of consciousness. The argument often hinges on the assumption that consciousness can be perfectly simulated within a computer program. However, we still lack a complete understanding of consciousness and its relationship to the physical brain. Simulating complex biological processes like consciousness may be far more challenging than the argument suggests. Then, there's also the resource argument. Running vast and intricate simulations would require immense computational resources. Even for highly advanced civilizations, the feasibility of creating and sustaining such civilization on a large scale remains questionable. And then finally, there's the subjective experience argument. The simulation argument often focuses on the possibility of simulating conscious experiences. However, it doesn't adequately address the subjective nature of individual experiences and the possibility that consciousness itself might be fundamentally different from any simulated version. And that was a lot. But wait, there's more. Remember how I said we would get back to the nature of reality? Well, here we are. While the simulation argument is very far-fetched, especially when you consider that aliens could be controlling all of our brains at once, there is in fact something that is much more hardly based in real life, called the holographic principle. This concept in theoretical physics suggests that the universe's information might be encoded on a boundary with fewer dimensions than the universe itself. While highly theoretical and not fully understood, some interpretations draw parallels to how information is stored and manipulated in computer simulations. However, it's crucial to remember that the holographic principle doesn't imply that the universe itself is a simulation. Although, when you think about it, All in all, kids, the lesson here is don't do drugs.